Bada bing, bada boom. You know what it is. Geeks are back on the scene, baby. UFC 284, Perth, Australia. Volkanovski versus Makhachev for the lightweight scrap title. This is Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett in the co-main spot for the 45 strap. This is going to be a banger of a card. Let's get into it. Picks and predictions, bottom to the top, main card edition. Starting it off with Jimmy Crute, the Homelander, 12-3, coming out against Alonzo Menafield, 13-3. This is a light heavyweight scrap to start us off. And we haven't seen Jimmy Crute in a little bit. He took some damage in his last fight. No secrets there. We have a new champion. Jamal Hill is legit, so take that, L as you may. Alonzo Menafield, probably one of the most explosive / athletic dudes in that weight class. Definitely can't sleep on this guy in any means. Dano, I want to hear what you think on this because I know that you like Jimmy Crute, bro. What do you think, bro? He took some time off.
I do like Jimmy Crute, and a lot of people see his last couple losses. He got put out by some guy named Jamal Hill, who I think is just somewhere in the light heavyweight division. He might be the champ right now. Not a bad loss. Anthony Smith, even though he's not the greatest, I feel like Anthony Smith, he's one of those guys, super high fight IQ. He's always really technical. He can always win a fight, and he just hit a sweet spot against Jimmy Crute. But if you do look back at that fight, Jimmy Crute, he had that leg fault or whatever. He was trying to stand up. Yeah, perennial nerve. He was trying to stand up. He was trying to fight through it. He looked like a dog trying to get through it. He just couldn't, and they had to stop the fight. On the flip side, Alonzo Menafield's a big ass dude, a lot of power, but he's losing. He lost to William Knight 3 fights ago, who William Knight's a total wild card. We've seen William Knight, lose in his past couple of fights, not looking the greatest. Alonzo Menafield, he did beat that Russian with a weird record. He was getting counted out. I remember, I think the Geeks picked Alonzo Menafield, and he made quick work of that guy. So he is dangerous, but I think Jimmy Crute, he's been in there with some top dogs. Definitely bigger names than Alonzo's been in there with. So I think just the experience, like we've been saying throughout this whole card, the hometown boy in front of his crowd. I don't love the odds on Jimmy Crute. I know he is a pretty big favorite because Alonzo is a big, powerful guy, but I just think that Jimmy Crute can get it done. I think as long as he doesn't live in the stand-up game, he can stand up for a little bit. He's got some hands. But I think Jimmy Crute's big success points will be in the grappling, will be up against the fence, will be maybe getting some takedowns and killing some time. So I'm hoping Crute doesn't get knocked out. But I am going to be riding with him.
He did take some good time off.
He had a knee reconstruction.
Oof.
All right, I'm going to jump into it too. I'm taking Jimmy Crute as well. All right, I think stylistically, he gets the wrestling going. He's a very elite wrestler. All right, we mentioned he had the perennial nerve. It's plagued some of the UFC's greatest, but they bounced back. All right, Jamal Hill caught him on the chin. Shit happens. All right, Alonzo Menafield's striking is not Jamal Hill's level. Okay, so obviously, if you're picking Alonzo Menafield here, you're probably hoping he hits a big bomb early. I don't think Jimmy Crute's chinny, and I think that when Alonzo Menafield starts getting wrestled and on the back foot, he doesn't strike as well. He could land a bomb, but I'm going to take Jimmy Crute to get it done in this one. Bam.
Yeah, this one feels like they really want you on to fall into this Menafield side, but when you really break it down and match up the styles, I mean, Jimmy Crute is just gonna really if he brings the right game plan, he really should just be stuck on glue to Menafield, throughout this fight as long as it lasts. He's got a bunch of Kimura submissions and shit,
I'm Paul Craig.
Yeah, I mean, he's dangerous, bro. Fish,
I like everything you guys are saying. That Jamal loss aged perfectly fine. People get chinned by Jamal. It's fine. But yeah, Alonzo, getting older, 35 years old. Jimmy, 26. But yeah, it took 2022 off. He had that knee reconstruction. But he's a terror on the ground. He's got I think his best path to win this fight is just go in there, grind Menafield down, and stay away from the bombs. And I think he's chilling. I'm riding with Jimmy Crute on this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I know Menifield's a tough guy to wrestle, but I mean Jimmy Crute's pretty athletic. I think he can get it done. I mean, at least to the mat and then drown him when it counts. Hold down time, good control time.
Menafield, my bad. Menifield's also, he's never been sub too, and he's got 86% takedown defense. So it's gonna be tough for Jimmy, but I think he still gets it done. But yeah, I mean, Menifield's he's not gonna be a tough dude to. I mean, it's gonna be a tough dude to get down and really hold down and even get a sub off. So, but yeah, good scrap.
This is gonna be interesting. All right, we're moving to the next one. We got the big boys. Justin Tafa is going to be the homelander in this one, 5-3 against Parker Porter, 13-7. Bring in the big boys. These guys are here to absolutely throw down. Justin Tafa is just, big power in the hands, likes to sit in the pocket, unleash, overhand, hook, body shot. I mean, Parker Porter, I'll give it to him. He's definitely going to be the more agile figure in this fight, if you ask me. The only thing about it is Justin Tafa's 28, something like that, and Parker Porter's like 37 or, getting up there in the age. At heavyweight, these things matter. And Justin Tafa, he's definitely going to be making way bigger improvements from fight to fight. We're going to see the same Parker Porter probably. And when you put it like that, I think Justin Tafa is going to have enough to put him down. So I think Tafa finds a shot. I think he needs to find it early. I think that, if this fight starts getting like to the backside of 2 and enters 3, yeah, we might have some problems with the scorecards and whatnot. But I do think that Tafa will land enough early to find one.
Yeah, it's 2 big boys going in there duking it out. Who knows, bruh? I mean, Parker Porter, not a bad last loss. Chilton Almeida took him down, pounded it out. He's had a couple good wins. Tafa hasn't had the best performances. It's on the main card. Don't know how, but it is. Maybe I'm not hating Parker Porter. You can at least mix it up. Tafa is going to stand and bang only. Porter shoots some takedowns. I think he's got a little better tank. Flip a coin on this one. I mean, fuck.
Leave this one out of your parlays.
Yeah. I'm a ride with Parker Porter, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I'm spicing it up, I faded him last time out and proved me wrong. So I'm gonna ride with him this time. And kind of just like this is the kind of the same vibe as the Tyson Pedro fight. I think some money is going to be going to Tafa. So I think this line might be growing even better on the underdog side for Porter. So give me Porter.
Damn, bro. You faded him once and you got pulled porked by Parker Porter.
I got pulled pork, boy.
Got pulled pork by the Parker Porter.
I'm gonna be with the majority here. I'm gonna ride with Justin Tafa. Like you guys said it good. I think this could be a total classic heavyweight where we scrap for a couple minutes and then we're just coasting and gassed throughout a decision. But I want to say something about the placement of this fight because these aren't high-touted heavyweights. These aren't prospects who I think the UFC would want to push. Tyson Pedro Bukauskas would be a good spot for this. Switch those. Kulibao Malsik Bagdasarian. And I would even go as far to say Jamie Malarkey and Prado could even be in this spot. This is a weird spot for these guys to be on. So they better put on a show, and I'm gonna ride with the hometown guy in Tafa.
Yeah, obviously they're showcasing someone, and it's not Parker Porter. So I don't know if you guys are gonna factor that in, but the UFC kind of has a plan here.
I'm fading that plan hard as fuck on this one, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm smelling it.
And
But
it's
like,
not Parker Porter.
bro, no, bro, dude. I don't like Tafa's wins, and dude, even dude, Tafa's got a negative strike differential, and Parker just he might eat some more shots, but he doesn't have a negative strike differential. He's got lands almost double what lands. So I mean, he
Oh,
faded
dude.
Chase Sherman. I think
Yeah,
he can hang
no,
in there, bro.
I
So
don't
it's
know if
fuck
they're
it.
trying to
who knows?
spotlight a 5-3 guy, but I think that they're just thinking, hey man, these guys weigh a lot. And they're probably gonna hit pretty hard.
Wasn't he like the first one to ever miss heavyweight top? I think he
Oh,
weighed 267 last time.
was that him?
I think so, bro. It was so long ago though.
All
Like
right,
two
well, if that's not him, don't put that smoke on him. Let's get into
No,
the
because
next one.
I think it is. It was on a Sherdog or something, 267.
All right, well, hopefully this guy can cut those extra two pounds, man. I don't know what that's gonna take. Maybe like 10 more minutes in the sun. All right, let's get into the next one. We've got Randy Brown versus Jack Della Maddalena. This is a 170-pound scrap that is welterweight. If you didn't know, Randy Brown 16-4, JDM's 13-2. JDM took home the Geeks Rookie of the Year award. Or did we call it the Prospect of the Year award? It don't matter, man. This kid took it, and it's for a reason, man. Geeks got the Geeks gogs, and we're pretty good with our talent radar. And this kid has got, top five written all over him. I mean, at this 170 weight class, he's just gonna run through some of these guys with that select boxing and just that strength. I mean, the way that he hits guys is just immaculate. I mean, this is going to be the first true showcase for the kid. I mean, Randy Brown, long, lengthy striker. It's going to be interesting to see how he has to, get inside, maneuver that, see if he mixes in takedowns, see if he literally just straight strikes with him the whole time. That'll be super interesting to see. But I mean, Randy Brown, he does this weird thing with his hands. It's not really weird, but he likes to keep his distance out with his hands like this, and he keeps only one hand by his chin, and he has the tendency to, when strikes are thrown, he'll kind of throw both his hands out, and you know JDM's gonna land one right on that chin, and it's boxing. Like I'm not sure if it's a Muay Thai or boxing technique to get away with the hands up, to parry with both hands out or whatever it is. But it's gonna pan out bad for him. I could see JDM, hitting a couple feints and then really just unleashing a combo that ends upstairs with some kind of overhand. And I could just see Randy Brown getting put away. And I'm talking about in the first round, maybe the second round. Just takes how long it takes him to get that read. What are you thinking, Dano? You're smiling and grinning like you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm with you, and I'm smiling and grinning because Randy Brown, even though he's really good, really dope, our hometown boy Nico Price put him out. Shout out to Nico Price. I know you watch all our videos. At least I hope so. But that would be cool if you do. But no, I think JDM, I had him as my rookie or prospect of the year, whatever. I think he's legit. And, if you're gonna go to the top, you gotta go through some dogs. And Randy Brown is for sure a dog at welterweight, but he has shown some holes, shown some flaws. He has had some losses in the UFC. And I just think if Jack Della Maddalena is gonna climb, he's got to go over this step. And I think he will. This will be a fun fight. This will be a tough fight for him. But I see it ending in a finish. Maybe I don't think early because Randy Brown is a dog. Fun guy to watch. I think he's pretty durable. But I just think as the fight goes on, Jack Della Maddalena is just too good. He's too slick. He's too clean. And I think he'll finish this one.
I mean, bro, this fight, this is my number two most looking forward to fight. So Jack and Randy, so they're both on these crazy nice win streaks. Randy's on a 4-win streak to some dogs, Trinaldo, Chaos, some dudes. And he only takes L's to dogs too. We got Bilal, Luke, Nico. So, but like you guys said, you guys already said it. JDM is on a 3 knockout streak, first round, all of them. So, but JDM, he's gonna face a test here. But he lands a shitload of strikes, and he can hurt you to the body. He can do whatever he wants striking. But one thing that Randy's got going, he is 6'3", so he's 4 inches taller, and he's got a 5-inch reach advantage. But yeah, JD, besides that win streak, the 3 knockout streak, he's on a 13 win streak. So we're gonna keep riding the wave, the Geek Rookie of the Year.
Bias pick alert incoming. I'm picking Randy Brown. He was the first guy that responded. UFC fighter interacted with us on Twitter. I'm picking Randy Brown, but I mean, he does a good job of keeping distance. I don't know. He's been fighting power punchers. He's been fighting good boxers. He's been staying out of range. And then on the ground, he's probably better, more dangerous with the submissions. Pick the under. Pick the under in this one.
I will say something about Randy Brown. He's one of those guys where a lot of people talk about, you can train as hard as you can train, and then just if you wake up wrong on fight day, like you're screwed. Randy Brown's one of those guys who is always in there with bad intentions. He's always coming forward. He's always ready to scrap. So if Jack Della Maddalena slips up a bit, I could see it being a big problem for him. But I'm sticking true to my word. I'm going JDM.
Fire. Another Randy Brown fun fact. Guy broke his toe on someone's chin during a fight. I don't know which fight it was, maybe a few fights ago, but I remember he was in the octagon. He's like limping around and his toe is just completely sideways. And he's like, yeah, man, got him in the chin. So not an easy fight for JDM. If he wins this, give him his respect because it's going to be a good one. Let's go into the co-main. We got our first title fight of this card. It's going to be Yair Rodriguez, 14-3, against Josh Emmett, 18-2. This is for the interim strap. While the real king does his work at the top. I'm taking Yair. I think that he looks phenomenal right now. I mean, after what we just saw him do against Ortega for that little clip, amazing. Don't sleep on that. Go watch that back because when you think about it back, you're like, oh, the fight didn't really whatever. You go back and watch it. There was a good couple minutes in there where they're fighting and Yair is beating the living life out of Ortega on the feet, just picking him apart. Not to mention, this guy was beating the shit out of Max Holloway. So, I mean, like it or not, Max Holloway was shooting takedowns on him. And we all know Max Holloway don't shoot takedowns, okay? He don't shoot takedowns unless he needs to. And he needed to, man. Yair is dangerous as shit. Josh Emmett, on the other hand, he knows. He's a smart guy. He's comes from a smart camp over there at Alpha Male. They know exactly what they got coming, and I feel like he knows that he needs to land a shot, which is what's going to make this fight really interesting because I don't think that Josh Emmett is necessarily here to win a decision, if you get what I'm saying. I think that he kind of understands Yair's quickness, speed, tempo, all that kind of stuff. And he kind of knows how he has to win this fight. And that's what's going to be the game changer here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Yair get clipped hard, maybe hit in a couple of spots, maybe knocked down. But I definitely think that Yair, though, is going to find a shot to put Emmett away by the end of this fight. I'm taking under 4.5, and I think that Yair finishes this fight inside the distance. Fishman, what do you think about what I just said?
I love it because I'm riding Yair Rodriguez as well. Josh Emmett, I mean, he's on a 5-win streak. This summer, he had the fight against Calvin, and I did not like that decision. But, we can't change decisions. They're in the past. Emmett has heavy hands on him, but one thing Yair does is he is quick, bro. He is quick. I don't think he's going to get clipped by that heavy hand, and that's the only thing I think. Emmett's not going to be shooting takedowns. Like, he's going to be standing up. They're going to be brawling, and I don't think he's going to be close to hitting him, popping him. Like, he's going to really need to hit him hard, and these past couple fights, he really hasn't found it. So I'm gonna ride with Yair to go in there and do his thing. And he's gonna be moving around like a motherfucker. He comes in with energy, bro. I mean, you watch him. I just remember the clip of him watching Moreno win, and he was freaking out. I mean, jumping like almost 10 feet in the air. So I mean, he's gonna come in, bring the energy. He's gonna win by staying at distance. But 5 inches taller. He's 7 years younger. Give me Yair, bro.
Yeah. We paid. I'm taking Yair. I think he gets 50 G's in this one. All right. Stylistically, it's a pretty good matchup. Okay. Emmett's going to try and throw those bombs. Yair, that Mexicano chin. All right. I think he'll be able to eat a couple. And then Emmett's throwing those bombs. It's putting him in position to get countered. Yair always has some crazy shit in the bag. You know, he's spinning, throwing big kicks. It's going to be hard for Emmett to get comfortable. I think he definitely shoots some more takedowns than normal. But, like, there's a reason he hasn't been. You know, everyone was saying he was a very good wrestler, and he just doesn't really shoot takedowns anymore. I don't know if he gasses out or if he can't hold guys down or what, but he's not getting them at a great rate. He hasn't been wrestling. And if this turns into a stand-up bout, I think it's a matter of time before Yair hits the button. Obviously, Emmett's good. He showed he has cardio for 5 rounds against Calvin Kattar. But in the Calvin Kattar fight, the argument is that he won the first 3. I think he won the first 2, definitely lost the last 3 in his last fight. But either way, he faded at the end. Yair goes hard for 5. You know, he went to war with Max Holloway. We saw what Max Holloway did to Kattar. I don't like doing the MMA math, but I think Yair gets it done here.
I'm with you. I'm all over Yair. It's tough for me to sweep, for at least for me thinking about us, to sweep a title fight. But I am going to be riding with Yair. I think what's going to be big in this fight will be his feet, whether it's footwork, whether it's kicks, leg kicks, front kicks. I feel like Yair's super flexible. He's super creative. He's one of those guys where at the face-off they could be standing there and then just nowhere just whips up a kick from super close distance. I just feel like that's what he can do. I think a big thing we all know about Josh Emmett is his power. And if Yair starts chewing up that leg, throwing massive overhands on a compromised front leg is going to be trouble, whether he overextends. I'm talking about Emmett, whether he overextends or whether he's just weary of it. I think Yair's too creative to really make too many mistakes. Like CEO was saying, he had Max Holloway shooting on him. My prediction this one will be they'll be in the clinch, or maybe Yair will push Emmett off him, and then we're just going to get a flying knee or they're clenched up and he's just going to rain his head down on his knee. I don't know. I just think, yeah, he's too creative, too swifty for old Josh Emmett.
It's swifty.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too is right before we move into this main event is, you know, Josh Emmett's 37 years old, bro. And, you know, these guys, 37 doesn't sound old, but when you're cutting down to 45 pounds, you know, that age starts to play a factor. And another thing that also stuck out to me and when I was doing my research is that Emmett likes to dip his head like pretty much when he throws all his combinations. And that's something that I feel like Yair can pick up on and leave devastating remarks on. So that's all. I'm going to leave that one on that. Let's move in to the main event. Volkanovski, Islam. I mean, Volkanovski pound for pound. What can't this guy do? This guy is the epitome of a fighter. I mean, his mindset is bulletproof. Coming into this fight, I think he's prepared. I think that he is going to look bigger than people think. I think that he did this entire process correct. I think that he hit the laboratory and he did the science and this guy, you know, really cooked up the right stuff. I think he's going to cut right to 55. And I think that, you know, Islam's going to have a hard time holding on to him. I'm not saying that Volk's not going to get taken down, but I do think that Volk is going to battle through to a point where he gets a knockout in this fight, because I've been hearing him all embedded. I've been hearing about this camp. This is the longest camp, and no one works harder than this guy, bro. I don't care what they say about Islam's camp and the Nelk boys going to the mountains and, oh my God, they run 30 sprints in the mountains. Bro, Volkanovski's the hardest worker in the UFC. That is why he's pound for pound. And he's had his mind set on this for months. Like, I cannot even imagine. Like, think about the growth he had from the Holloway fights. Like, do you know the growth we're about to see from the last Holloway fight to this? Like, all we're talking about is a guy that might take him down and he might be stronger than him. Like, that ain't going to be enough in this fight. Like, I'm sold on Volkanovski completely. I know that is a very unpopular take, but I just think that this guy is going to come out at the pinnacle. Like, this is a guy I can rely on to come out and be in the best shape of his career. Like, I guarantee he will show the best version of himself come Saturday night, which is just something I can't say for Islam. So, give me Volk. I think I could have just swayed a couple of you guys right there. Maybe I'll get a couple on the train, baby. Let's go. Fishman, go.
Riding Volk, baby. Yeah, dude. These guys got 33 wins combined win streak. These dudes are fucking nasty. But why I'm riding with Volk is just because here's one thing. Islam, he absorbs 0.95 strikes per minute. Like, not even one strike. If I just think that if Volk cracks him a couple times, we haven't seen him have any quit in him. But I think that once Volk starts cracking you in the chin a couple times, the doubts are going to start going to your head. And there really hasn't been – I just don't see Islam standing there for 4 or 5 rounds with what this guy's got in his hands. I don't see it. And maybe I just hope that Volk can just keep it off the ground. And one thing that'll be different with the Charles fight is that Charles was comfortable laying on the ground. He didn't care if Islam was on top of him and he was a little too confident. I know for sure that Volk's going to be trying to get up as soon as anything gets to the ground. He's not going to be spending any time on the ground trying to flirt around with maybe pulling off a sub, trying to see who's the better at jiu-jitsu or whatever. He's not doing that. He's going to be staying on the feet, and that's what I'm trying to see. I want to see it. I want to see this dude does work hard. Like I said, like you said earlier, I mean, with the Nelk videos, I was about to say the same thing. Like, yeah, he works hard, but Volk is one of the hardest workers out there. Like, he is a dog. He is a dog, bro. So I hope he comes out there and just cracks the chin up a couple times and actually makes Islam fight. So let's get it.
Short neck syndrome. Short neck syndrome. Watch. It's hard to grab that little fucking thing, bro. It's like a fucking little fucking meat press, bro. It's like you can't fucking get a good squeeze on it. It's too thick around the edges, bro. I'm telling you. That's why Ortega couldn't get it done. Watching this fight, Islam's gonna fucking get a grip on him and then squeeze, and everyone's gonna be like, whoa. And then Volk's gonna pop his little bald fucking head right fucking out. And Islam's gonna be stuck on the feet, and it's gonna be like, oh shit. And then he's going to put it on him. What do you think?
Bad guy alert.
Cancel.
I'm picking Islam, dude. I think he's going to be a little bit too big. I think the wrestling is going to be a little bit too much. All right. We've seen Volk get taken down by featherweights. Islam's taken down every featherweight on the roster. All right. He's holding guys down. He's holding Drew Dober down. He's holding everyone he fights down. Unfortunately, I think it's a bad matchup for Volk. I don't think he knocks him out on the feet. I don't think he submits him, but I think if anything, Islam hater. I don't know. I think he gets it done by second round arm triangle from the top, very similar to the Oliveira fight, except he won't be able to knock Volk down. All right, I think the punches will hold some pop, but I think he gets it down, lays on top, puts his head by his shoulder and chokes him. So is what it is, man. I hope Volk wins. I'll be cheering for Volk, but Islam is probably going to get it done.
I'm torn, man. I'm definitely gonna be rooting for Volkanovski, but this is like I'm gonna be brutally honest. This is pound for pound one, pound for pound two. These guys are 23-1, 25-1. This is the 1% of the 1% going at it, and I just feel like I don't have that knowledge of MMA to think about this fight and break it down because anything could happen. If I do have an opinion, I think Makhachev's stand up will surprise us because he looked damn good in that Oliveira fight. But I'm gonna make this just a little interesting for the geeks. I'm gonna ride with Islam Makhachev, and I think one of the biggest fights of the year. Geeks are gonna be split, and Shambo, we're gonna go to you for the deciding decision of this fight. So think about it because we're coming for you.
Should we get the live answer right now? Call him up on the feed.
No, hit the sheet. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on Instagram. You want the final answer? Shoot us a follow or look us up. But we're split.
I think Shambo shoots darts to pick those ones, but but stay tuned, baby. All right, those are the picks, predicts, and full card wrap. Get after us. Twitter, TikTok is booming. Instagram for show. Everything else, follow suit. Discord. Oh yeah. All right. We out, baby.